Hey, what's up, guys? Fathers Unfiltered. My name is Eric Croft. Thanks again for joining me. It's been a long time, guys. Super long time. And I don't know what's going on, but life just got in the way. Kids, spring break, all kinds of funky stuff. So, where are you joining me from? Drop a comment below, say hi, give you a shout out. Let me know where you're joining me from. Grab some, share this video a little bit with somebody. And let's grow this group. That I'm committed to this group, and even though it doesn't seem like it, because I've been pretty much out of the pocket, but life gets in the way. I'm in the military commitments, and just I failed. Hey, I'm a dad. What can I say? I failed. We all fail, right? However, that's something that we want to see our kids, or our kids see us do, is fail a little bit, because we got to show them that we can bounce back, we're resilient, and things that we can recover from. So thanks again for joining me. Again, drop a comment below, say hi, tell me where you're coming from, and let's share this group, let's grow this group, and let's go forward and build something great. So today I want to talk about, jumping back into things, talk about, dealing with picky eaters. Give you a couple tips on how to deal with that. And I'm sure that you've experienced that with your kids. I know I have with my twins. They're very, very, very picky eaters. However, my son is more of a picky eater than my daughter. She's one that will try anything for the most part. With my son, he sticks to a certain meal, a couple meals. But however, as he's gotten older, they've expanded that a little bit and trying new things. And it's just in the end, first you want your kids to try a variety of foods at all times. Because it ups the chances of them that they'll consume more foods throughout life, and they'll try more things, and they'll be, they'll try richer foods, they'll try more nutritious foods, rather than just chunking down a couple chicken nuggets and some fries. I mean, we all experienced that. I mean, last night we ate dinner out, and my son had chicken strips and fries, so our chips. So while my wife and I had chicken fried steak, which I'm paying for today, and my daughter had pizza. So it's just that variety and that palate. And on top of that, it kind of limits their dietary menu. And that they have a hard time when we go out to social situations, especially to friends' house. If they, if somebody's making dinner where we're at, where we go to some friend's house, then, the kids are kind of limited. It just, if they have a narrow menu that they choose from, and you go to friend's house and they make a variety of food outside of that menu, the kids are going to be picky enough to where they may not eat it. So it kind of makes it tough. It really does. And if your kids don't like to try new things, and they stay within that set menu, it just kind of limits you and puts you in a bad spot at times. So, but there's ways to get around that. One thing that you can do, the very first tip, the two that I'm going to give you, is just tell your kids, try one bite of everything. Just try one bite of everything, and eat as much as you'd like, and what you'd like rule. Just give them options. In a video I'm talked about earlier, previously, was about kids love options, right? So give that to them with their food. When your child isn't crazy about what's being served for dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever, as parents, we tend to follow two courses, and either making something special, specific for our kids, that one that's the finicky eater, or we're forcing the kid to stay at the table until they finish, knowing that they're not gonna eat anything, and it's gonna be a continuous battle. And either one's not desirable at all. The one former creates more work for you in the end, because you're battling with your kid or for your spouse, and the latter one just turns mealtime into a stressful conflict. And we want to sit down as a family, enjoy each other, and we don't want to have a stress. We want to do our best to have a stress-free time with each other at mealtime. But just by setting food in front of them, saying you just forcing it down their throats, or telling them that they can't get up until they finish, or making a specific meal just creates turmoil, right? So making a rule for your kids to try one of everything that they have on their plate, then they can eat as much as they want, and within that gives them a reason or within reason that they can work within to try what they want, and so if you're serving some type of casserole and rolls, fruit salad, and different things that they don't like, they're vegetable and fruit oriented, then they can just make a meal of the rolls and the fruit if you have rolls or whatever, but of those things that they like. But at least give them a little bit of everything. Tell them to try a bite of everything. So then you'll know in the future they may actually like it. And they say that there's been research where experts have shown that 10 to 15 encounters with food that in front of them that a child has to develop a taste for it, because they're developing their taste buds, right? And the exposure that you give to them, keep it minimal. So they'll eventually come around and eventually be willing to actually eat that food. But if you just small exposures to that food, say try one of everything and try a bite here and there, gets it in their mindset that their palate's trying to acquiring a taste for it. And on top of that, it keeps parental nagging and cajoling and to a minimum, to where you're not fighting all the time in the end. So put that rule into effect. Try one bite of everything and then eat as much as you want. And don't force it down there. Don't force it down their throat, because they're going to end up acquiring a palate for it in their taste buds. So my kids have continually expanded their menu by doing things like that, to where now that they eat way more. I mean, my son loves fish, baked fish on top of that, and he loves fried fish. He never used to like that as a kid, but for some reason, all of a sudden he started liking fish. I guess because my wife and I eat a lot of it, or and chicken as well. So there's just things that we eat a lot of, and our kids see us eat, that they eventually want to try it. Of course, we're saying, hey, just try one bite, and you may like it. So it actually works. The next thing is get them involved in meal prep. Get them involved in your cooking. Two options there that you can have is that you can prepare everything yourself at home and grab the ingredients and get them involved in the meal cooking, to where that they try it while they're cooking and they get intrigued by what you're creating, so that they want to eat it. They know what's in it, and they'll want to eat it. Next thing is the other option with that is call a meal service. Something that already has something pre-made that can be delivered to your home, which I've got a friend of mine that actually has a business that does that, and she does great at it. She preps meals and sells the meals, and they're already pre-made. And when she sells them, she just they just have to pop them in the microwave, heat them up in the oven, the microwave, whatever, and it works really, really well. Of course, it cuts down time on prep time for you as well for doing things like that, but it creates that curiosity and that intrigue from your kids to think, oh, there's a box in the mail, I can open it up, let's see what's in it, you just kind of create some element of surprise for your kids, because they love surprises, right? So this is one way to create some type of surprise for them, to where the kids will be intrigued. And by meal prepping with them as well, it also it shows them how to cook in the end. So you're killing two birds with one stone. You're getting them intrigued with the ingredients and what goes on and what is involved in cooking and preparing your meals, but also helps them to learn how to meal prep and cook for themselves as well later on in life. So it could be a life skill that you're instilling in them on top of that. So you got numerous things that are involved there. So there's your two tips. First is have your kids try one bite of everything, and just implement that rule, and just eat as much as you want of that one thing or the things that you like on your plate, and continue to reintroduce those foods so they can develop their palate. And two is get them involved in the cooking process that you have for your family meals. And on top of that, with that, you can also get the option of meal ordering, to where foods or meals are prepped and pre-made and sent to your house, to where it increase that intrigue and excitement of opening a box, because kids love presents, right? So this is kind of like a present thing. So hope this was something of value for you today. Share this video. Let's build this group. Let's help each other become better fathers and better mentors and better all around within our households. invite others into this group, and let's build it. I hope you have a wonderful day. It's a great sunny day today, about the weekend, so the kids and I are going, and the wife will be enjoying the outside as much as possible. So I hope you will be able to do the same where you're at. I hope you have a good, wonderful day. Take care.